can see that I will have to teach you how to
Forged in the lockdown. Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the Unfathomable quiz. After all, the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions I can find. And with any luck, my guests will be able to answer all of them. Did you actually run out to a Starbucks now to get that? That was really quick.
What, this? No, I use these gas station foam cups because I just like how they feel, and I put two of them together because it insulates better. And it's got a sippy cup lid top because I'm a pig.
Hello, everybody. Today we have got with us the lovely Linda.
Hi.
A very badly spelt nerdy.
Oh, hi.
A very, very wet Jenny.
I'm not wet. Well, yes, I am. I forgot. That's my name today, isn't it?
because you went to get coffee. God's
Oh, yeah.
Scummer. And purple rhymes with orange.
Hello.
We might have Amiga nuts too. If someone can kind of knock him on the side of the head and wake him up. We shall see.
tried.
How are you all doing? Are you all? What day is it? It's Friday. Are you all
What
about
about,
chicken?
what about Jeff? Aren't you going to introduce Jeff?
He did.
I did Jeff before
Did
purple.
he?
Yeah.
You always forget that I introduced Jeff.
Yeah.
Dave, did you introduce yourself?
No, I never introduced myself.
Oh,
I
hang
should do,
on.
shouldn't I? I should add that to my spiel.
Does someone want to introduce Dave?
Say again?
Does somebody here want to introduce Dave?
You
Go on
can.
then.
This
Jeff!
Is Dave. It's Dave. It's Dave. He hosts the show.
And now our master of ceremonies bouncing into space.
With stacks of wax and mounds of sounds all designed with you in mind.
What?
I can't top that. Sorry, it's Dave.
Here's Dave.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right, just a second. How are you all doing? Are you happy it's Friday? Finally. This week's been a hell of a week.
All my days seem the same.
So it is kind of Groundhog Day at the moment.
It is, but see, this time last week, there was a madman in charge of the free world.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Groundhog Day is on the
And-
2nd, isn't it? February 2nd.
It's also a movie.
African or European groundhogs.
That all the downtown shots or the village shots of that movie were shot in Woodstock, Illinois. I used to work there. I actually go there and go, oh yeah, I love that from the movie.
I actually, I'm actually kind of with that. What's his name? That Terrence Williams. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed that the pandemic's still here and Biden's not gotten rid of it yet.
Why didn't he say he was going to cancel it as soon as he got into office?
Yeah.
I keep telling people it's over. Trump said after November 3rd, no one will be talking about COVID.
Just dying from it.
Just,
Yes, they're all dead. No one will be talking. Now hurry up.
Harmonica Man says last week wasn't free. It wasn't free? Free world. Yeah, maybe. Right.
Well, it's capitalism. It's never free.
It's a marketing ploy. Right. Should we do some questions?
Free to bet after
Sure.
rebate.
Now they're never going to watch my video in China.
Free to bet. It was completely
Dave,
affordable for you
They can't.
before.
I don't think they can watch YouTube in China anyway.
Can they not? I'm
No.
disappointed.
So I learned
very
to say ni
disappointed.
hao and it's not useful.
No.
Darn.
Okay, so that's the first question. Can they watch YouTube in China?
I have this feeling if we can sneak it into if we can sneak this show into China, we'll bring down the People's Republic of China in a matter of weeks.
I think we will make people in China not lust after things in the West.
Free the Uyghurs.
The what is?
The Uyghurs, the group of Muslims on the west end of their country that they're
Oh, yeah.
abusing and murdering and genocide and stuff like that.
And we thought slavery was gone. No.
Slavery is never gone. We just export it to other countries now so we don't have to look at it. Our market cannot survive without a slave labor force.
Our market can survive without a slave labour force.
It's
No.
never been done.
Not with the
No.
not with the profitability going the way it is to the big fat cats.
No. You have to reorganise it. But the market can survive. You just got to pay people. And the price gets passed on and there's less profit.
Yes,
I
you can, in some ways you're a little more fucked because they only have to pay you a wage. If you're a slave, they've actually got to pay to keep feed and clothe you and put a roof over your head.
I I'm not convinced that's true. That's why they have them all in the hot countries. You can leave them outside and you don't need to clothe them. The idea of doing slavery in cold places was the problem. Right.
Well, that's why in the U.S. we only had slavery in the southern states.
There you go, you see. Less wastage. They had their head screwed on with slavery there.
Apparently, Dave is a Poundland max headroom.
Am I?
Oh.
I quite like that. I can live with that. YouTube is censored.
I can live with that. You know.
If there is a Snapchat filter to do a max headroom, I'd do that. Even though YouTube is blocked under the Great Firewall, many Chinese media, including CCTV, have their official YouTube account in spite of the ban.
Mm.
Hello? Are you awake?
No.
Well, sort of. Okay. Doing my Jenni impression.
Yeah. I just point out we are sort of live.
Just in case. So don't, whatever you fucking do, don't swear.
God damn it.
That'd be shit if you swore.
Right, should we do some questions?
No.
Holy cow.
That's fine.
I just found out this calculator app I have actually does stuff in fractions. It's amazing. I can't do fractions.
What? Oh, we didn't see that. What?
It does stuff in fractions. Look.
Aha.
AC divide.
I failed at fractions
Does it do hex?
in grade school. I could never do them.
Yeah, and if the U.S. would get on the act and go metric, we wouldn't need to.
No. Right. Shish. Question. 1422. What phone app do you use the most?
I don't use the phone.
What, for anything?
What?
No.
No,
What?
sorry.
I got three phones. They're all broken.
I'm going to have to extend it just for you to your laptop/desktop.
Ah, a phone app.
You do realize on an iPhone that we can go in and give you the account to the second, don't you?
Yes, you can do that on Android as well. That's not the point.
Oh, okay.
I've got a knockoff of Notepad I use as a grocery list.
That's it?
I have tried to remove as many apps as possible from my phone. I have never let it connect to the internet.
See, I use Google Keep for that.
I'm gonna say it's either Twitter or YouTube.
Yes, it's the same for me. It's the YouTube app.
The YouTube app. You don't use Vanced?
Purple, maybe you should get one of those low-cost things they call a flip phone. If you have no need for...
Actually, what I wanted was just one with the slider, so I'd have an actual keyboard there. The touchscreen keyboard pisses me off.
Yeah, they do suck.
You can get a BlackBerry.
It's the way he grins after he says that. Ricardo says Pornhub. Ox says no apps except GPS. Don't trust phones. Chad says Twitter by far. Monica Man says the call app. It's a fucking phone.
Yep.
And yet, disturbingly, the phone app on both Android and iPhone is less reliable than any Nokia phone in the last 20 years. Wild Eden says, I'm a dinosaur. I just use my phone as a phone.
I think that was a reference to me.
Kevin says, I won't download Facebook app anymore. Screw that guy. I guess it's probably YouTube. This is Kevin. Han says most is the phone app. Dog says idle YouTube empire. Linda.
Yeah. Discord.
Interesting. Sliding in with a different one.
Yeah, that's probably one of the least used on mine.
I don't use Discord on my
Fucking
phone.
Fucking hate Discord.
I try to avoid using Discord on my computer, but sometimes I'm forced to.
I use it on...
Is this an app? The shell.
The shell.
Is that an app?
Not technically.
It's
but-
got an icon, and there's a bunch of them open on that shit.
There would be.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
No. Doc
8
says,
of them open.
I love it when people have their phone or their computer on, and there's dozens and dozens of applications open at the same time because they think that exit means quit. And then they complain about how slow their computer is. Well, you idiot. Shut that stuff down.
Dog says Discord is pants. Yuhan says most used app is probably YouTube or Spotify. See, I am using YouTube Music more.
Yeah, I'm using YouTube mainly because my phone came with YouTube Music. I didn't have to download Spotify.
No, see, I'm using it mainly because they shut down Play Music.
Yeah.
I use Tidal.
But SoundCloud.
My favorites are McWright and Netscape.
No, they're not, and that's not. We're not after your favourites. We're after your most used.
Oh. It would be Twitter.
Not the calculator app.
No. I'm not the count. I'm much more like Snuffleupagus.
Spock says
No.
Discord used to be great for gamers. The problem is Discord is a shit IRC client with other bits hacked on the side. It's someone needs to replace it quickly with something that's so much better.
Wasn't it supposed to be like for gamers originally? But it's just become like a little, like thing people hang out on there. Really, it's if you like Discord, you like I just don't like it.
I wouldn't object to Discord if it worked.
Yeah,
that's it. It doesn't work reliably. I don't get notifications. People message me. Because I'm logged in on my phone and my desktop, I don't get notifications on either reliably.
I would like Discord better if when it gave me the audio notification, it would give me some clue which server I'm supposed to look in for the new message.
Yep. There is a section you can go to find that, but it's not obvious. Again, it's not great.
Yeah,
right.
it's just if I have it loaded, it's constantly beeping at me, and I never know what it's trying to tell me.
They got to turn everything off.
Discord is infinitely frustrating when you want to get a hold of somebody who's on Discord, but you're not in a group with them.
Todor says, I use YouTube Vance the most.
Are you sure there's not a feature?
What do you say?
Bug? Jenny.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's a bug. It's just it's an annoying thing about it. If they intend it to be hard to find people so that everybody's in their own little groups, great. But it sucks. I want to be able to find somebody if they say, people say, "Oh, get me on Discord." How?
Yeah,
I have no clue. None.
well, and also it gives everybody that little number, so even knowing their name isn't good enough.
Nope.
And you can make that number up to be anything you want.
Oh, and people can change their names, and you can't assign a nickname. So if people change their name on Discord, that's it. They're dead to me. I've got the same problem on Twitter, to be honest. You change your handle on Twitter, you're pretty much dead to me because I've forgotten you. I'm 100% reliant on the names. So every Halloween and every Christmas, all my friends disappear.
I like it that you can show your genitals on Discord, though. That's fun.
You can show your genitals on Twitter.
I'm a bit disappointed. I'm a bit disappointed that the badger's not in the chat because I just want somebody to say MySpace.
There was a MySpace reference earlier.
Oddly enough, it's just there's something very disturbing. Okay, because I would have said Twitter is almost certainly the thing I use the most, and with YouTube Music being the second. However, I don't think that's actually the case on my phone right now. I think there's a very, very good chance that the most used app on my phone is called NHS COVID.
Oh dear.
I have that one as well. I try a lot of the time though. I'm trying not to look at that.
Well, what are you participating in a tracking thing or?
So yeah, I just checked mine. Apparently, it's still a national lockdown.
Still a national lockdown.
Yeah.
But the point is, it pops up every few minutes to Bluetooth check with things, so it's running all the friggin' time.
Yeah.
Well, somebody was saying about using the tracking app that they got notified that someone in their workplace had COVID.
Yes, that's meant to work. Meant to work. It doesn't fucking work. Randolph says, the app I use the most is Gas Buddy because I'm on the road a lot. It helps me save money buying fuel. And I also contribute prices. Shofty says, Twitter is cancer. Twitter is evil. But you can have fun.
It's a drama platform.
It is.
Twitter is a cesspool. Yeah, absolutely.
Twitter is always a smoldering dumpster fire waiting to hop into the next dumpster.
Dog, you are completely right. The COVID app has killed my battery. Right, prior to the COVID app, by this time of day, my battery would be down by about 8%. It's now down by 41%. That's the only difference is the COVID app.
Dumpster fires used to be so much fun until they started using those plastic dumpsters.
They melt spectacularly.
Yep, they sure do. Well, they make a mess, and a dumpster fire, you can just burn it there. It's not going to ruin the neighborhood, and it's just sad that now we can't even have proper dumpster fires.
Christina Rain says, I use Facebook Messenger all the time, but never on Facebook. See, I had to install fucking Facebook Messenger, and I had to. I uninstalled Facebook to install it because I refuse to have both on my phone. I don't have either right now. The caching on it's horrendous. But I'm surprised more people here. I'm intrigued actually that more people aren't Facebook/Facebook Messenger in our community.
I basically quit using Facebook.
Yeah, I gave it up about 3 years ago.
I go over there once every couple of months to check if I've got messages from any relatives. That's it.
I might go on there 2 or 3 times a week, maybe. Now I used to be on Facebook a lot, but I don't go on there much these days.
Well, my phone actually says that I use messages most.
Text messages.
Yeah, and then Discord.
The text messages is definitely the thing I use the most.
I use
funny enough,
2 hours and 50 minutes. Holy.
Funny enough, I like I said, the app I use the least is probably Discord. Yeah, ever since I joined Linda's, that seems to be where I get the most fucking notifications from.
That's because people in my Discord server is so active.
There's no fucking way to mute them.
Yes, you can.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, delete
when
the
you
app.
get a notification that comes up with, I don't know if you're on the phone, tap on the notification, a box comes down, and you can mute the notifications from that server.
I've tried that, believe me.
Well, that's sad.
It is.
Shafty says, does nobody here use Signal? What's Signal? Not. Everyone has an OnlyFans profile now. Everyone's going to OnlyFans now instead of Twitter after Trump.
I thought OnlyFans was just for women to trade their nude pics.
No, OnlyFans is for everyone now.
It's to collect money for people looking at your nude pics.
Yeah.
That's where Dave is doing his nude monkey dance. The funky gibber.
I hope he comes up with that fast. I'm so anxious.
I thought dance numbers were supposed to go on TikTok now.
No. I see. Signal is an app that provides encrypted communications. Fair enough. I think that's... yeah, fair enough. Randolph says my Facebook account was disabled after it was targeted by anti-vaxxers. Everyone hates it. Ricardo says, last 7 days, Twitter 16 hours, games 7 hours, Google 3 hours, YouTube 2 hours, Chrome 1 hour. That's more information than we wanted.
Now,
Right.
see, the other advantage to not using all these weird app things on my phone is I only have to charge it about once a week.
I don't know why you're bragging that you're a Luddite.
A Luddite?
Yeah.
What's that?
Somebody who's anti-technology.
I'm not anti-technology. I just don't feel I need to carry it all in my pocket. The technology can stay on my desktop, so it's there when I want to use it, not when someone else wants to get a hold of me.
See, but that's the glory of the new technology, is that you can reach out instantly to any corner of the world.
Yeah,
No,
the glory of the new technology is that other people can interrupt what I'm doing 79 times a day.
No, not if you turn off the notifications.
If I don't,
That's the point. Discord, you have to turn off virtually every notification for it to
if
be
I
anyway
don't load
usable.
the app, I don't get the notifications in the
Or
first
mute
place.
the
No, mate, what you do, you just turn off
or the
all
functionality.
notifications. Purple, this is what you do. You go in, you turn off notifications on every server, you go to my general Discord and turn them on, and then you go to one of the ones on Linda's and turn that on, and that's it.
Yeah, I've turned off notifications on every Discord server when I load it on my computer, and it still doesn't help. It still keeps beeping at me, and I have no idea why.
Then you need to press the at on the top right.
I
tells you why.
have servers muted.
Right. Next question, I think. I think we've killed this. I think we pretty much mostly use Twitter and between us, Twitter and YouTube. Touch of
Messages,
Discord.
text messages.
Who are you still text messaging?
Morton.
Do you not use a client? Do you not do WhatsApp or
Speak to him because he's next to you.
or
No,
Twitter messages?
We use iMessage.
Fair enough. Do you not get charged for them?
Nope.
Right, I just found it out. Thankfully, I'm not going to get bombarded by your Discord anymore.
Why? You found out how to mute the server.
Why not, Jeff?
I think so, yeah. I did warn you when
Are
I
you in my
joined. I
server?
would not be
Wait, are you
there.
in my server?
I am not joining any more fucking servers.
You get in my server immediately.
Why? Why
Wait
the
there.
fuck do I want to get in another server?
So I can say I've
more-
got shitloads of people. There is no other fucking reason.
I've got my own server, and it's got I think it's got like 2 people in it, other than myself. It had 3, but I think the other one of them's deleted their account. So
That works. I'm now in a ridiculous number of servers, of which I don't view most of them.
I've got some 3,000 messages I have to go through on
You
Discord.
have to get.
Does anyone remember when email was a thing?
Yes, I still like email. By the way, I will sort out people's permissions afterwards, after the show.
That's generational, though. They say the boomers and the second oldest farts like email a lot. I do. I'm a boomer.
I actually suggest you go back to posting letters.
You would. I think you're
Right.
biased.
I did that.
I think it's more personal with an actual handwritten letter.
I'm sure you do. I think you
Yeah.
would be happier as well if the percentage of handwritten letters to packages changed back in that direction too.
Well, I
Yeah.
remember email, and I'm on Gmail now, but I want to know what happened to Fmail.
That's what established Pornhub.
Right, next question.
Damn it, purple.
Right, question 1423. What would you do if your 6-year-old daughter's favourite toy, a talking doll, started trying to convince her that she needs a new friend, the next doll in the company's line?
I would
Rip out the battery.
how old is she? How old's the daughter? Sorry.
The daughter's 6.
Okay. I would sit her down to watch a film called Child's Play.
What's
You want
that
to
movie
never
about?
sleep again.
Oh,
You won't want a fucking doll again either.
I guess the
And,
ripping out the battery
I'll-
wouldn't work then, huh?
And if she still persisted, the next doll she get will be Chucky.
Uhan says burn it. Sandy says sounds like an exorcism is needed. Shofty says invest. I like that answer.
You win the internet.
Pebble.
Yeah, I don't have a ready answer for that one. Although I do remember, when I was raising kids, when my 5-year-old realized that Barney lied to her.
Fuck
How did Barney lie to her?
I don't remember specifically what it was about. I just remember her reaction and how crushed she was that she found out that something Barney had told her wasn't true.
Oh, that's just so
Bastard.
sad. you just can't trust a dinosaur.
I never trusted that purple git. Not you, but the Barney one.
Yeah, he gives purple dinosaurs a very bad name.
I'm going to say, yeah, you need to kick him out of the club, I think.
Well, see, he's one of the evil tyrannosaurs. That's why I keep telling people. We ceratopsins, we're here to try and form an alliance to protect both our planets.
Yeah.
Dog says, I'd take her immediately to a shrink. The doll is actually talking. It's not that she's hearing voices.
Oh, well, in that case, I'd open the doll up and destroy that mechanism.
Yeah, probably the simplest thing would be just to take the battery out.
So the doll's actually engaging in conversation, sort of thing, or
It's not two-way, but it's talking in the same way you would do with a I can't remember a Woody doll that you pull the string on and it says something.
I think there's this industry with inflatable dolls that might be missing a trick here.
They've already got things you can pull.
Actually, that would be a good idea with the inflatable dolls, is that they should put something in there that it starts asking you if you want a threesome, so you have to buy another one.
Hugh says if it's like the Woody doll, better reason to burn it. I've seen what those do. Linda.
Yeah, well, first I would tell her that the doll is lying. And then when she goes to sleep, then take the batteries out.
Meganuts.
What?
What would you do with the doll?
I said take the batteries out. But then Jeff said, brought up Chucky, so
you'd want to traumatize it as well.
I guess I have to do like they did in the movie. Burn it and then shoot it.
That's apparently not enough in the movies.
Nothing's enough in the movies.
Exactly. Dog says burn the doll.
How long do you think it's going to be before a workable, realistically responsive AI is installed in children's dolls?
The realistic question to that is when is a cell phone connection going to be cheap enough to put in a toy? Because it's not like you couldn't do that now. Nerdy?
Yeah, you just put Alexa in a doll.
So you can pretty much do that. It's down to cost.
It's not down to cost. It's down to how somebody can make money selling advertising on it.
But you couldn't get away with the UK. You couldn't do that. I don't think you can get away with advertising.
I said it before, and I said it again. That all this smart technology now. Yeah, the kids today do not know the joys of putting a cassette of Motley Crue shout at the devil in a Teddy Ruxpin.
You see, that's
Back
exactly
in
my
the
answer.
1980s, there was a protest group that, trying to get rid of gender roles. That they would go to the stores and they would get the G.I. Joe and the Barbie dolls, and they would switch the voice boxes and put them back on the store shelves.
Oh, they did that. They did this joke in this British sitcom called Only Fools and Horses. We had a bunch of knockoff Barbie dolls that talked, and then every time they talked, they would say stuff like "exterminate."
I would like to have a Barbie doll that keeps his normal voice, but then just uses cuss words. Has bad language. I think that'd be fun.
Christina Rain says it would disappear in the middle of the night conveniently, then I would burn it. I forget even you said it would wring the doll's neck.
I would just. That's my answer: is take out the mechanism.
Take out the mechanism. Randolph said I would talk to my daughter about how advertising worked, and we would have a talk about how these dolls function. You mean basically you'd gut it in front of her?
Now, remember what I did to Mummy? I'm going to do it to the doll.
I'm still standing by my.
But I miss Mummy.
Ricardo says give the kid up for adoption.
With the doll.
By the way, dog, Furbies were fucking evil.
They were fun on the fire.
Yeah.
Right, Nerdy.
I just re-record the message. It's simple to put things in there like, Daddy is the greatest. Remember to serve your father well. Obey your parents. Stuff like that. It's great.
Define serve.
Does that come with a cross? And
You have to do exactly what they say.
Yeah, so you're going to use the kid. You're going to use the doll to indoctrinate your kid.
Yes, basically. Yes.
Basically.
Dollland, Uber alles.
Respect your great leader.
Okay. We should delete this show before Ken Ham takes that as an idea and starts producing his own line of dolls.
Could have a little Jesus doll. You pull the string. And he goes, I died on the cross for you.
Oh Jesus!
I don't know why. I don't think you mentioned Ken Ham, but for some reason, I just had this weird mental image of a Kent Hovind action figure pop in my head with a Hawaiian shirt, and you pull the string back on it. Goes, I wasn't prepared for that.
Take me to the water.
The gift shop
I
at
want
the
to do that
Science
now.
Museum here does sell a line of famous scientist action figures.
What a closer formula.
You can get like Einstein and Thomas Edison.
Action figures, but they don't talk.
No. Yeah, they don't talk.
Yeah, no, I want them to talk.
Kevin Shofty says, if the doll is smart enough, take the doll and try to break it psychologically.
I want a Jesus doll that's on the cross and says, Peter, I can see your house from here.
You're right, it is a good view.
I'm going down.
African humanist, why did you have an MRI scan today? Are you okay? Randolph says, Ken Ham is more likely to produce little arcs that have a tiny model Noah on the deck with the speaker inside of it. And the taxpayers of Kentucky will pay for it.
Well, I remember he did like a 45-minute video about the fudge they sell in the cafe at the bloody arcade.
Yes. It broke Shannon.
Oh, that's what they do with that excrement.
I loved when Psystrike did the tour of the Ark, And the final thing was in the gift shop, they found one of the little bubbles where the ark had capsized.
What? Oh, yes.
They
You meant
found
more
one
like
with
that.
the ark floating upside down.
All the animals dead. Right. I think we'll go to the next question, given that we've already touched on it. I think it's a relevant question. And I just say to Math Pig to cover Elena's ears for the first couple of minutes of the question, because I just know where it's going to go. Question 1424. Do you think you could ever develop an emotional attachment to a robot? If yes, would that change your perspective on the definition of love?
Well, emotional attachment is kind of vague. I mean, in the end, it sounds like you're saying a romantic attachment. I could kind of see more of a pet-like attachment.
Well, some people
could
take
see-
that too far too.
I could see it. I could see like an attachment, like the way people might get attached to a car or something like that.
Yeah.
You know,
That was
have
kind of
sex with
thing I
their
was
cars.
thinking of. Yeah.
I see people have sex with their cars.
What do you
Well, it's got
think?
an exhaust pipe.
That's what I was saying. What do you think the exhaust pipes for?
Well, having been in the car business and handled lots and lots of different people's shifters, yes, they can.
Yeah.
It's the extra wide gear stick that's the good one.
And I thought my mind was in the gutter all the
Is this
time.
an automatic?
Yeah, this is the question I had, because the difference with well, why as Americans all drive automatics? You see, ours have got sticks where the knob's only about yay big.
Well, it's 'cause
But
they
all the
think automatic
automatics,
means
the
it-
knob's
it
about this
vibrates.
big. Say again?
Well, because they think automatic means the stick vibrates.
Well, there you go. Dave just admitted it, that the British knobs are not nearly as big as Americans.
No, we have plenty of automatics over here.
Well, my car has an automatic, but the shifter is still down on the floor in the middle.
Yeah, but how wide is it? What's the girth like?
Actually, mine's a T handle, so that would be kind of uncomfortable.
Only for the first bit.
Yeah, it really hit the spot after a while.
You could kind of use it as an IUD, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not going to try that.
We have to go in a little bit and then turn to accommodate the T. And then
How is any of this emotional attachment?
Does the car say, relax? Relax. Relax.
You got to get through the sexy time thing before you can form an emotional bond. You see, I think.
vehicle.
Would you-
That's not what I've
Would you-
been told.
Which
The
would be
emotional
better,
bond
upshift-
needs to be there before. Go on.
Which would be better, upshifting or downshifting?
Well, now I'm thinking if the car has AI and it decides it's not going to unlock the doors until you've satisfied it.
Ooh, scary.
It's very. You got up and had a
Does
car
that mean?
once.
Does that mean I would have to start carrying another fluid to fill up cars for the customers?
Well, the one that you'd put on the screen at the beginning.
The car locks the doors and your seat goes.
Sorry, Dave,
Oh
I'm not
my
done
God.
yet.
You've done.
Ox
Giving-
says,
You guys are giving a whole new whatever to a lube job. You know what I mean?
rub that muffler, baby. Ooh, yeah. Ox says. Go on.
Only,
It's like, oh yeah, baby, you want to go for a ride?
we're giving a new definition only to people outside of the business. I mean, this is,
It's been going on for decades. Ox says, unless the robot has real emotions and can learn and act on its own, it could happen. I know with a dog it's a deep attachment. Johan says we develop emotional attachments to countless inanimate objects. We do.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's kind of what level of emotional attachment do you mean?
I know girls that have got very attached to certain inanimate objects.
They're dildos.
I
ones
was being
they
polite.
name.
The ones they name.
Yes, I am looking at you.
Are you supposed to name them?
If they ask you to.
Oh.
I've lost track here. Christina Rain says, I could get emotional attachment if it's done anything for me, like cleans, cooks, and works for me. Oh. When we start getting robots that can cook.
When's my dinner ready?
Munch, munch.
I don't know when you have finished cooking it.
You want the robot to cook it? Dog says, would the robot enjoy being locked like a lollipop?
I
I think you meant licked.
licked.
Oh, licked like a lollipop. Or would it be faking? Yet another blow to my manhood. I'm sure it'd enjoy it. It'd be programmed to enjoy it.
Yeah, but is that really enjoying it if it's programmed to enjoy it?
Well,
Yeah.
we're programmed to enjoy it.
Wait a
Is that
minute,
really-
Randolph thinks he can leave just to work?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Well, we learned to find things enjoyable that were initially painful.
Yes,
Like the tea sticks. Yeah.
the tea sticks.
That would work, yeah.
A lot of BDSM relationships are based on that.
Any
Did your
particular
mother
model?
tell you it was going to hurt?
Well, robots can't feel pain, so you know.
But they can. And pain is just another thing that you tell it that that's painful and that's what pain means. Of course they can feel pain. Just a
don't
symbol.
No,
pain,
no.
I-
Pain
I
is
s-
instinctual.
That's it.
That impulse hits the spinal cord and it's back, making you jump that hand out of that flame instantly.
Yeah, and that's
That's-
doable.
That's not
Only
trained
with
the-
response. That's innate.
Yeah,
It's in the-
No, it's
they
not.
really couldn't. They couldn't have the emotional reaction that goes with pain unless they have enough self-awareness that they have developed self-preservation instincts.
I think you're wrong. Well,
I
think
said
you're kind of wrong.
injury. The data could be called pain.
Yeah. Toda says, in all seriousness, it would depend on how well it emulates empathy. In either case, I don't think I'll change my perspective. I'm pretty jaded already. Christina Rain says, women get emotionally attached to a vibrator because it satisfies.
Well, so does Commander Data.
Does he? Does he come with
He's
vibrate frames?
programmed in many different. He has fully functional everything. Yeah.
Does he?
Could you imagine Data going up to his creator and saying, "Could you install an input jack?"
You've got one already, Data.
Well, yeah. According to the next generation, Data did satisfy Tasha.
Yep.
Really?
And
Yeah, and
Tasha
he
was
had,
very
he had
pleased
another
with it.
girlfriend as well.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Yep.
You're jealous.
Oh,
Data or Tasha?
yeah.
Tasha. Well,
Right. Linda.
Although I have as much likelihood of getting attached to people as Data does, so
That's not my voice. No, I don't think I could get emotionally attached to a robot.
No?
It seems
Nerdy?
odd to me.
Seems odd to you. Yeah. Nerdy?
Yes, obviously you can get emotionally attached to anything because love is only in your own mind. It doesn't take another mind for you to love whatever it is. So yes, you could get emotionally attached to absolutely anything. I particularly remember this rock when I was 6 years old. I've been kicking it up the road for probably 5, maybe 6 minutes. And then on that last kick, I was meant to score a goal and I did, and it went down the drain and I was really upset.
oh,
I know. I wanted to
Oh,
score another
no.
goal with a rock, but
that's
no,
really
it's
sad.
gone.
yeah.
Gone. So, it wouldn't change my perspective on love because, I think you can love anything.
Yeah, but can you now? Are you afraid of having it taken away from you?
Well, now I know not to
Oh.
kick the rocks down a drain, so it was a learning experience.
Oh, all right. That's
You don't feel betrayed by the rock for going down the
Yeah.
drain?
Well, I say it was a rock. It was more like a really tiny pebble because I was like 5 or 6. So it's a bit more like a bit of gravel.
Shofty says, I think the rock thing is a universal experience.
So what you're
But
saying,
but
Nerdy,
being-
is can even get attached to a pickle with a mohawk and earrings.
Yes.
But it's it wasn't lesser because it was gravel versus a pebble.
Oh no, it wasn't. No,
I think it ran away
the same
because
size doesn't matter.
granite.
Jeff says Nerdy was offside. It was no goal. Dog says, Dog says, can a vibrating plastic fake penis be classed as a robot? Christina Rain says, yes, because it takes batteries or it has to be charged.
I think
batteries the requirement for a robot?
I think robot requires the need to be programmed to perform a function. So
it could have 3 different vibration settings, maybe.
Well, that would technically be a different command, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Faster, going faster.
Ricardo says kicking atheists down the road is something of an old hobby for some.
Yes,
rocks are, of course.
Anyway. I used to have this vibrator that had a moaning function. I had to get rid of it. Made me jealous.
What a vibrator?
It was a joke.
Now, actually, I could see them putting that as a function because personally, for me, the audio feedback is a big part of it.
It's dark in here.
Oh, do you not want to be tapped on the back of the head?
Yeah, maybe that's why I never, the sex toys just don't work for me, and that's probably a big part of it.
And very wet. Someone should look into plumbing.
Enabling torchlight.
That would scare the hell out of Americans.
We are going to shower, aren't we?
Theo said, that's my
signal via Wi-Fi.
That's my fear. I'll end up having to marry a robot, says Theo. What?
What?
I think it will be possible, or I think it's likely at some point that people will be in love with robots. Absolutely.
Do you know what really disturbs me now? You've just given me a thought.
Careful.
I'll get back to my thought in a second. Right, Uhan, thank you for your super chat of $1.99. Robot fleshlights, think about it. They already have something. I saw an educational video the other day.
That's what you're calling it.
About a fleshlight that actually does everything. You just kind of stick it on and it moves and does stuff. I hadn't seen those before.
Different voice profiles. You can put different famous people's
Right.
voices.
Okay. No, the voices thing is a thing, right? That's exactly what I was going to say. Right. I was driving through Liverpool a few weeks ago. I've got to answer this. Johan says, "Where's my dance?" I'm buying some dungarees. The dance will come. Adding super chats though helps. Here, go faster. Right. I was driving through Liverpool. It must have been about a year and a half ago now because it was before the pandemic. And I'm driving through Liverpool, and it's the normal UK Google voice, female voice, basically. We're driving through Liverpool, and she's telling me where to go. Turn left, turn left. Right. And all of a sudden, for about a mile, it changed to a gruff New York guy. Right? For like 3 turns, and they went back to the woman. So it's obviously the idea of having a sex toy that is talking in that lovely voice profile, all of a sudden changing to something default.
Whatever.
Oh, that would be fun.
I'm the best sex toy. There's never been a sex toy like me before.
No, I never had a pickle.
Last year I had to get a new GPS, and it turns out the voice in it is named Jen and has an Australian accent.
Has she demonstrated any special talents?
I have had to get used to some of the phrasing.
Well, I would think that she'd be good with her mouth. Well, she's a voice, it's kind of required.
Dog says, check my hubcaps. Purple.
About getting
you already
attached to a
answered.
robot?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like I said, depends on what level of emotional attachment you mean, but I could see, getting attached to it as much as I would to a cat.
Yes.
Oh no!
How do I ask this politely?
Wait a minute. How can?
No, just wait. I've got to ask that. What if it started telling you what to do?
Like a normal girlfriend.
Yeah. That would be a mistake, because one overwhelming thing my entire life has been a total disdain for authority.
Somebody has to direct them. Why did God invent women? Because men need it.
Well, the one exception that had been my fiance, but that was like months of negotiation before we got together.
That's called programming. It would come programmed to your exact specifications beforehand.
Yeah, no. I think if it started telling me what to do, it wouldn't get recharged anymore.
Would there then be different algorithms for like wife, girlfriend, mistress, teacher?
I believe so. Again, you wouldn't want to accidentally flick modes at the wrong time. Amiga.
If you didn't respond to it, does it go to psychotic stalker mode?
Yes.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not, because it's one of those things. It can be replaced easily.
See, what worries me is not only do I think we can, I think it takes a lot less than we think. I think... Have you seen the bird? I can't remember what bird it is. It's got a little egg, a little spotted egg. A little spotted egg about that big.
Quail? I don't know.
It could
Starling.
And it'll sit on that egg. And you can replace that egg with a bigger egg that's spotted. And you can replace that egg with a football that's spotted. And it'll still sit on it thinking it's its egg. Right? Because all it keys into is the pattern. Right? And the problem is our brains are a bit like that as well.
Oh, we're far, far more sophisticated. Although that element is in there. I mean, we're absolutely pattern recognition creatures, but we have so many layers of sophistication on top of that.
Yes, but Chad says the cuckoo, right? And that's why it takes is for someone to stroke our hair or for someone to touch us in a certain way, and it just triggers all this stuff that we.
Well, see, that's the thing that I wanted to bring up here is.
Apparently, cuckoos are assholes.
if you become emotionally attached to a machine, which, interestingly enough, being a car junkie and all that, I am not. I do not get attached to a machine. I may call my machines she or her, but I have never named a car. And I never would. And to equate. Well, maybe some people can, but I can't imagine having the same feelings for a mechanical device as you would for a dog. I mean, a dog is such a, it responds, it talks.
I'm saying that I think if the level of its responses got up there, that's why I think you could develop, the same kind of thing you have with an animal, if it was seeming to respond to you in those kind of ways.
Okay.
So you wouldn't help the Android data take over humanity?
It's foreseeable in my mind that there could be a time when androids are considered equal in our culture and have all the rights and responsibilities.
I've got here. After Kira sits and waits for Dave to sing memory from Cats. Turnout says the machine will never betray me. The African human is. Go on.
We're still waiting for him to do the funky gibbon.
I know. I've said I
And
will.
then twerk.
I'm waiting for what? And no, I'm not going to twerk.
What?
I'm
Who
not
said
going to
that?
twerk. The African here, and I've also made my mistake about reading questions about dancing that other people write. The African humanist says, my car's name is Becky. Apparently I sit on a football. A very big football, if it's a football. My dog would love to play with it. Johan super chatted.
Becky's a really nice car name.
So the thing about like the bird and the egg and all that, is that sort of your attachment to your ball then, Dave? Or
it was a golf ball when I started. Caroline just progressively replaced them. The golf ball was a lot more comfortable.
It fitted
Johan,
Because the golf ball was completely internal.
Johan says, I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. Thank you. Purple says, my car is Amy. Amy.
No, it's aim me.
Right. Where are we? Next question. Shit, nail time's going fast today. Right. Question 1425. Presuming the statute of limitations has expired, what is the most disgusting act you are willing to admit you have partaken in?
Well, none of your fucking business.
I cannot do that for another 5 years, 3 months, and 2 days.
well, you see, as there is no statute of limitations in Britain, I don't feel I can answer this question.
But there's things you have done as a child that you would not get prosecuted for now.
Well, I don't think I'd be prosecuted for it anyway, but it was disgusting. One thing we used to enjoy doing was having cow pat fights. So you get a nice crusty cow pat, you stick a stick in it, and then you can lick it and then you can fling it quite a way. And if you can hit someone with that, we used to do that all the time as kids. It was great.
You used a stick? Why didn't you just grab it by your hands?
Yeah, no, we're not that disgusting. I'm not actually.
They're very dry. They're not as fun.
Just a damn minute.
Wait there. Just got to answer a point in the chat. Johan says disgusting is subjective. Disgusting is subjective. That's kind of the difficulty of this question.
Well,
they make wonderful. They make wonderful fuel. You just go collect them in the field, put them in a basket, bring them home, and you burn them as fuel. You got to handle them to touch them.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that are disgusting that are not illegal. And there are a lot of things that are grossly illegal that aren't necessarily disgusting.
Exactly. Keela says, this question makes no sense. I don't believe in the emotion of disgust. Oh, that sounds like a challenge. Mathpig says, cowpat fights are funny. I mean, how about someone's stood in front of you with their finger in their ear, and they pull out a big lump of wax on the end of their finger, and then they eat it.
That's worse when it's poo.
Yeah, it's very much worse when it's poo.
Yeah, but why? Why would it be worse if it's poo?
Because it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, if they're pulling a fingerful of poo out of their ear, yeah, that's pretty.
Evidently shit for brain. It's what's going on there.
Can we just fucking move on for this question already? Oh God.
Yeah, and there he said, I saw a guy pick his nose on the bus. I mean, lots of people think picking nose is disgusting, which is just potentially the most disgusting thing people have done.
Well, there's that story about a woman who dug up her dead cat and cooked it recently. If you
there
gossip? Well, there was some woman that dug up her cat allegedly, and then proceeded to cook it on a live stream or TikTok or some such.
Dug it up? It was already buried?
Yes, it was already dead. Yes, it had been dead for months.
Florida woman?
So wait. So you're just saying it was a cooking show?
A disgusting cooking show, yeah.
Wasn't called Kay's Cooking, was it?
I don't know if it was real. It's just a story I heard, but it's disgusting.
When I lived in New York, there was a saying, there are no stray cats in Solvay.
Theo says some things are great and a little disgusting at the same time, like a good cheese. I would say cheese is pretty fucking nasty.
Well, you would.
Actually, then I can answer the. I could probably answer the question because this is this is subjective,
Oh, no.
right?
Hey,
Because this is.
Hold on. Hank Aaron died.
Yes. Were you not here at the start?
No.
Yeah, I said that. I said that before we went live that Hank Aaron had died.
Yeah, it's that one, Kaz. Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. Oh shit! I can't do that. Oh
No one seemed to give a shit when I said it earlier.
no! The baseball player. No one
I
cares
didn't
about
catch it
baseball.
when you said it before.
Softy says, question does feel a bit disjointed to me as well. A statute of limitations only really applies to illegal things, but there are plenty of perfectly legal things. It does, but it tends to encourage people, that sort of question.
I think I have the ultimate. I think I know this is. People will say that disgusting is subjective. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's disgusting, but a lot of people will. That is earlier. Oh, when was it? Yesterday, I had Marmite on toast.
Ugh.
That's all right, as long as you don't put too much on. You have to be very,
No, it's just
very,
vile. It's
yeah,
vile, full stop. It's disgusting.
I like it. I like a good bit of
Mm.
Marmite on the toast. You know, that's again, that's subjective, but
Dog says, picking someone else's nose and eating it is far more disgusting.
Depends if you get a nice big one or not.
Jenny!
We've all done disgusting things. I mean, it's at various levels, and I don't want to.
You don't want to what?
I don't want to discuss anything I've done.
Well, tell us what Nerdy's done.
You can't let my secrets out live on air.
Well, nerdy, as far as nerdy goes, there was that time when
Shofty says, I ate pineapple on pizza once. It was gruesome. Amiga!
What?
Tell us what Jen's done.
Okay, I will tell you one thing that I actually did do. But you got to understand, it's because I saw it in a movie, and it was Paul Newman did it. I was out of coffee, and so I went and scooped some of yesterday's coffee grounds and used those, and it really didn't work. It just made kind of like brown water. But I tried.
It's a learning experience. Anyway.
It is a learning experience. Yeah. Amiga.
Wow. Ask the question again so I can.
What is the most disgusting? What is the most disgusting act you are willing to admit you have partaken in?
You can tell us. There's only us here.
We're friends. He's just sitting there down the list of disgusting things he's done. Can I admit to this one?
No, I'm trying to find.
Dog says, I once saw a guy stick his hand down his pants and then sniff his fingers. Once.
Ew.
Was it earlier today?
Yeah.
I have done that as a kid. Not only that, I have stuck my fingers in somebody else's nose.
Smell this.
After doing it.
Did you enjoy either?
Smell my fingers.
Well, I enjoyed the look on his face when he got a whiff.
Well, this is something I've wondered about. It's a gross out thing that kids do a lot to give somebody a wet willy in the ear.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to occur to them that in order to do that, you're sticking your wet finger in someone else's ear.
Yeah.
So what's coming back on your finger when you do that?
Well, if you lick the finger, it's less likely to adhere. That's why you lick the finger. That's this method
That's
behind the
science.
madness. Yeah, it's
I have never carried out that experiment.
Then you have time.
You have time.
it's when you do it to a stranger on the bus that you usually get in trouble.
Excuse me, are you interested in science?
See, the problem is the question is really just so incredibly subjective that, to some people, oral sex would be the most disgusting thing to do.
Oh, it is, but
a lot
it's so
of
much
people,
fun.
it's
Oh,
like,
no,
it's no big
entirely.
deal.
I mean, this is the thing. You turn around and go, you turn around and go anal sex, and a third of the world want to kill you
Yeah.
because it's so abhorrent.
Yeah.
So very much. This is the interesting thing about the question. Johan says, "Who hasn't stuck their hand in their pants and sniffed? If you say you haven't, you're a liar." Wild Eden says it's a daily ritual.
Daily is better than hourly.
Timex says, as a Jamaican, I can say yucky, but the most disgusting thing I've ever done is smell my own fart. I swear it smelled good.
Dutch ovens.
Dog says, according to the missus, everything I do is disgusting. It's just existing. I get Stool's got the right answer. Cheese. Right. Linda.
I have no answer for that.
Fair enough. Right. We shall do the last question. Give me
Yeah,
that.
Linda, you can simplify. Just say its name is Martin.
That's harsh.
It's very harsh.
No. I was just suggesting togetherness in action. That's all. Not what he was or is. Just,
Yeah, I was kind of thinking along the lines of having raised children, I have had to do disgusting things that nobody wants to think about.
You're right.
Where haven't
Changing a
you had
baby
to clean
diaper
shit
is
off?
Absolutely disgusting.
Oh, look, you've done a
I had
little
forgotten
liquid
about
one.
that. That really is.
It's all stinky.
And then when those fucking boys piss on you. Yeah.
Yeah, why did you do that?
Coochie, who's the
Oh boy.
I can tell you the story. That story I do not remember. But I was told repeatedly as a child when I was about 4 or 5, just after we got our Jack Russell, and we were toilet training him. And apparently one day I ran in from the garden with my hand out. Look, Mummy, you did it in the garden.
Well done, Dave.
Yeah.
Now put it back.
My mom and dad told me once when I was a little kid that I was sleepwalking and I pissed in the linen cabinet.
Were you sleepwalking?
I have no recollection, so I'm trusting them that they weren't just trying to humiliate me with a fake story.
Right. Last question. Oh. Question 1426. If you have the adoption option, I'm going to restart again. Question 1426. If you had the option of adopting a baby fox or a baby koala, which one would you choose?
Oh,
Fox.
Fox.
Fox, yeah,
Fox.
fox.
Have you ever heard of fox having sex?
Yes, every night.
Pardon me?
They squeal like babies. I'm surrounded by foxes. There's about 50 foxes. that
Like
live here.
babies.
So virtually
You have
every night
babies
they are-
that sound like that.
They are shagging, yeah.
Really? They sound like babies?
No! They're just screeching like
Yeah, it's like someone's crying, or you're wondering, is that
Aw.
in pain? Is that what's going on over there? It's
I mean,
very
that's
good.
what cats sound like when they fight. Is just the horrible things are being done to small children.
No, koalas are too fucking aggressive for me. Besides, a fox is at least that's one that these rich arseholes who openly defy the hunting ban are not going to get.
Yandiri says fox. I love foxes. Seraphim says fox, but sadly they're illegal in my state. Sandy says fox. I have no leaves to feed a koala, and the fox can eventually be let loose to feed himself. Wild Eden says, oh my god, I can't choose. Chad says, just don't have sex with your fox, Dave. Sarah says, I want fennec fox specifically. I want to know whether or not you're allowed to cook it once you've adopted it.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Which one tastes best?
Yeah.
Oh, you're evil.
Yeah.
Fox is a bit stringy.
I would say in most U.S. states you could probably cook a fox, but not a koala because they're an endangered species.
They're very endangered in America.
Low and slow tenderizes everything.
I mean, I have not heard in all the literature I have read.
Do you speak
About-
from experience?
Yeah.
While I don't specifically remember it, I would be surprised if I have not eaten fox at some point.
I'm just say, of all the literature I've read about England over the past 1,000 or so years, I don't recall anyone particularly fox.
Well, they do the fox hunt all the time. What do they do when they actually catch one?
Let the dogs eat it.
The dogs rip it to shreds,
And then there's bits of bloody carcass everywhere.
then I think they go home and jack off over it.
Lovely.
They're disgusting people,
You know what would have been a much better choice for difficulty to answer? It would have been fox versus an otter.
Why?
Otter every time.
Oh, no, that
otters
would've been
are
easy.
so adorable.
Yeah.
God,
No.
have you ever seen them eat and those little noises that they make?
Otters are cute, but they are objectively cute.
Not the tiny little hands. But everything with tiny little hands, pretty much.
Yeah, it's not even a question if an otter was an option. It's
Then
not
why
an otter.
then why didn't we like Trump?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Ox says, fox for sure. I hope it's fennec fox. They laugh. Theo says, I wouldn't know what to do with either of them. I'd rather leave them in the forest. No pet animals. Seraphim says, I would eat my pet fox last in an apocalypse. Dog says, foxes having sex sounds like a woman being brutally raped. Johan says, I'm taking both.
Well, I have said in an apocalypse I will eat my neighbors before I eat my cat because the cat will give me a better conversation.
Just be aware, koalas can be deceptively aggressive little fuckers, and they want to be.
The fact that your cat would not pay you the same respects.
Koalas.
No, I think my cat would eat the neighbors first too.
Koalas would be too difficult just in terms of their food. You'd have to grow a menthol eucalyptus tree, You're not going to do that very easily.
You can get stuff delivered. Amazon.
No.
Amazon. What?
No, you can't give koalas just a pile of leaves. They won't know what to do with it. It has to be on the tree or they won't eat it.
Yeah.
So you need a branch.
Need a tree is, I think, what they're going with here.
It sounds like they're pretty stupid.
Okay. Yeah, oh, they are. They're incredibly dumb animals.
Uh-huh.
But they smell nice.
I mean, next to a koala, a cow is a genius.
Ooh,
Cows are
that's
idiots.
bad. That's really bad.
Don't koalas all have chlamydia or some STD?
Have what?
Chlamydia.
Chlamydia,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Was that your fault,
is
Amiga?
a perfect example. A koala is a perfect example of the evolutionary adage that you only have to be smart enough to outsmart your food.
Shafty says, I don't have to decide. Have the two fight it out. The winner gets adopted. Would the fox or the koala win in the fight?
For a short, sharp burst there, my money's on the koala. They get those claws sunk in. That fox is fucked.
I don't think the koala could ever catch the fox to do that to it. The fox is way too fast, and their jaws are not huge. But as a wild animal, they're going to have a very peaked crown on their skull, which is where the strength of a jaw muscle comes.
Mathpick says, I'm pretty sure Pork Granny has attended a fox hunt way back in the day. How posh are you? Do we need to start, calling you sir and
Sir
spitting
Mathpick.
at you when you turn around? Theo says a badger wins every fight. There was a fox would have kits behind.
except the one against Disney.
Aren't koalas like pandas, rather eat than meat? They're just slow, I think. Wild Eden says the best pizza topping is baby hamsters. Don't ask me how I got there.
I would believe you.
You would. Koalas have the simplest brains of any therian.
How could you tell the difference if it was a baby hamster or a baby mouse?
Taste?
Okay, well, I guess I'm thinking before they're big and can move around and open their eyes and stuff. The little pinkies, which are
Whether or not the mother's willing to eat it?
which is how they're usually eaten.
Pretty much. Right! Come on, we can go.
If you've had snakes or reptiles, you know that a little pinky is what they're fed. It's not too weird of a thing. I'm in trouble now, aren't I?
No.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at you with a dazed look on my face.
Elena was going to come in and answer the question. I don't know if she is. Right. Linda.
Yeah?
What's your answer?
I said fox.
You're sticking with fox?
Yeah.
You don't like the pleasant smell given off by a koala and its square poo?
No.
Foxes don't exactly smell nice.
No, they don't.
No.
No, but they're kind of like dogs.
They are kind of like dogs, but not. Nerdy.
Obviously, being a rodent, I'm not going anywhere near a fox, and koala is therefore the completely safe option because they don't eat rodents; they just eat frigging leaves. So I'm happy to stick the koala up a tree, and if it wants to drop on a fox and take it out, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah, koalas would be the safe option because if you're trying to take care of it, it'll be dead in a couple of days.
They're compact.
So that's your answer, Purple.
Well, I mean, of the two, I would have to take a fox just because, I don't think the koala would survive very long. I think they're just too hard to care for and to, get the right food for them every day.
Jenny.
I would take a fox, absolutely. That research project they did in Russia where they bred the fox for tameness was quite successful, and it is proven that the fox can be a wonderful companion to humans. And I would love to see them do that with the red fox or something, and bring them into the pet stream of our relationships. I don't have a problem with us keeping like dogs and cats as pets.
I mean, to be honest, it guarantees
they're not wild creatures. They're not going to survive in the wild.
If we brought foxes into domestication as pets, there's more chance of them surviving the next 100 years than any other option, realistically.
I would agree. Although the foxes are not in any kind of danger for extinction at this point. They've moved into urban areas and seem to be quite comfortable living under people's porch.
Yep. Oh no, Jenny's completely right. It wouldn't take much to domesticate foxes into just being another breed of dogs.
No, they only say about 5 generations is all they need.
I mean, you could do it with koalas, but it's so difficult.
2 seconds.
What the hell?
She likes the baby koala.
She wants the baby koala.
Yes,
Not the
the
baby
answer
fox.
asked the question, baby koala.
You
I
sure?
agree.
God, she's adorable.
Are you sure? Yeah. You gonna say hello to everybody?
Hello. Can I have one?
Can you
Why
have
am I
one?
waving? Why am I waving? I've got my avatar on.
Okay. Bye bye everybody.
Hi.
Bye.
Hi.
Bye. Oh, yeah, I'm waving too.
Aw, a baby ginger.
Baby ginger.
That's like before they lose their soul, right?
Oh.
Yay!
Oh.
I was wondering if you installed the soul at that age would her hair turn darker.
I doubt it. Amiga Nuts.
I said fox.
You said fox. And
I said
Jeff.
fox.
I already said fox.
You already said, only 2 out of 7 want the koala. That's terrible.
Well, I mean, the koala would be cute, but I just think it'd be too hard to care for.
One advantage that the koala would have is that if they do pass on, they're compact enough that you could roast the thing all at once.
Yes, it would fit in your oven.
Yeah.
I don't think a fox would.
You could put a fox on a rotisserie. I mean, it'd be just like shish kebab.
Long enough stick will go through anything.
Are you speaking from experience?
Yes.
Right, on that controversial note. Does anyone have anything to shield before we run away?
Yeah, I've got should have a stream in about an hour.
Excellent.
So.
You got a link?
Not at the moment, I don't know. So.
Uhan says, but what does the fox say?
Ow.
Oh, baby.
Oh.
It communicates in Morse with horses.
I should
Anyone
be on
else?
with the chills tonight at 5:30 Central Time.
Linda?
D&D tomorrow.
D&D tomorrow. Nerdy?
Well, my next video is going to be how you actually turn all those static pictures into weird dancing pictures.
Dancing.
Make any picture dance.
Can I reiterate?
Really?
Can
What
I
is it?
reiterate what I said earlier about Discord? It's shit. I turned the notifications off of Linda's group, and I'm still fucking getting them.
Nerdy, when is
Then you
when
haven't
is that
done it
show?
properly.
Oh, it'll be in the next few days.
Okay, I'd like to catch that. Could you like toss me a DM on Twitter? Because I'm really bad with dates and times and stuff.
You not get notifications. Press the bell on his button on his channel.
Yeah, subscribe and like and subscribe and all that lot. Yeah.
I never get notifications from YouTube. They just, I get them halfway through the show. And then it's only if I'm actually on YouTube.
She wants to know on Twitter. He does tweet it on Twitter as well. Follow him on Twitter. Right. Jenny, where are you?
Well, don't we have a show tomorrow?
We do have a show tomorrow. Stupidly
Am
early.
I-
Are you on it?
Am I on it?
I don't know. Wait there. Let's have a look. No.
Jeez, I'm sorry.
My apologies.
You're going to do a show this week without Jenny?
Well, I've got another Jen, you see, coming.
Well, there's movie night tonight at 10:30 Eastern. At least I think there is. I haven't heard different. And if I don't know, I might go hang around and see if I can hack my way into Jeff's show and bother people from there. But I got nothing specific lined up. You haven't scheduled me for anything next week, so
I haven't, because no one's. I said to the ready volunteers, and no one said anything.
I did. I said in the group, and you never responded to me.
I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
see that.
Yeah, I had responded like on Tuesday, and I never heard back from you.
That would. See, this is why I don't think I've got any volunteers.
I don't volunteer because anytime Dave's got a slot he's got to fill, I'm generally put in there anyway. So
You're the boss. I'm your employee. Just put me where you want me. On the show.
Right, Dave picked me. No, so I can't join. Wait, a lot of people can join. Ah! Right, okay. I've got slots all over next week. Like every day.
I offer myself as tribute.
Right. However,
tribute
tomorrow is at 11:30 UK, 6:30 EST, 10:30 PM Sydney, which is conveniently why we've got Jen's Little Corner, Godless Scummer, Not Jar Witness, Santi the Sane, Brainbug, and Sammy Jenkins.
Ooh.
So a lot of people to wake up.
a lot of Aussies there.
Yes. Be very Aussie focused. And lots of talking over each other, almost certainly because of the lag. Because it's fun.
Yeah.
Joffrey says Dave needs to fill his slots, guys. Thank you. Right. Are you, Sarah? Are you not in? Okay, if people aren't in my Twitter group, message me and I'll add you, or message anyone, and they'll almost certainly be in it already, and add you.
Message Dave because I probably won't.
Uhan has got. Oh yes, that's is that tomorrow? No, Wednesday. Uhan has got a new channel and he's doing trivia and stuff like that, and I can't remember everything else because it's all gone out of my head. That he's starting on Wednesday. That should be good. All right. Anyone got anything else to chill before we run?
Bye for now. Have to go.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Right. I'm going to say thank you to Linda. Thank you to Nerdy who ran away. Thank you to Jenny.
Bye-bye.
Thank you to Jeff.
Bye-bye.
Thank you to Purple.
Bye-bye.
Thank you to Amiga Nuts.
Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
And bye to everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.